Haribo spaghetti because it's like sacrilege to Italians. Threw it out of church, and then the priest came out. I didn't get that on camera. I said I was there from the BBC, and they're like, oh, "Okay." And I hate Bono. His forehead is like even my widescreen TV fucking struggles. So I keep seeing people still driving in their cars, wearing a COVID mask in their car on their own, still, and I just don't get it. You're not going to catch it from fucking Chris Tarrant on the radio. Is he still on the radio? I don't know.
I don't know. Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial podcast. On today's episode, we have Super Lit Mario.
Let's go. I think.
Right. Well, we can end the podcast there. That's all you've got in it.
Yeah, that's it. The rest is shit.
Shit. That's my favourite. I've got to admit, that is my favourite.
Shit, fuck, mamma mia. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, no.
So, welcome to the first episode of the new year, 2023. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Baz, Mario, how was your Christmas?
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, how fucking weird was it when Rishi Sunak got kidnapped by aliens? How weird was that?
You throw me completely.
So, to bring everybody into the joke that we've just had, we're recording this on the 12th of December, but it's not going to be broadcast until the 4th of January. So, Admittedly, with my prediction, it was a bit of a stretch that Rishi Sunak was going to be kidnapped by aliens. But can you imagine if by the 4th of January he actually has? I'll be like fucking Nostradamus. Do you know what I mean?
I felt for a second there I could put on this limb where I didn't know how to get off, so I just laugh my way off like I do everything else.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
And you got to do that. And yes,
to be fair, both of you did really well with that, because when I said, "How was your Christmas?" If you two had said, "Oh, it was brilliant," and then like you got fucking burgled on Christmas Day or something like that, do you know what I mean?
It's Christmas Day. What if I don't make it Christmas Day?
Oh, wow.
Hey, well, if you don't, mate, this is a tribute to you. What we'll do is we'll just fade to black and put the dates on at the end.
You know what? I think every podcast you do, you should do that just in case. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, how fucking freaky is that?"
Oh,
and
mate.
then boom.
It would just fade to black, and it would fade to black and just go, "Let's go," with some sad music in the background.
I have gone.
Game over music. It's game over music. It's got to be.
The Nintendo's.
Oh, you're not going to continue, and then it plays the sad music. I don't know. No, I'll try not to die. I like life too much, even though.
Please don't die between now and the 4th of January, just because it would make it really awkward for continuity purposes. We have a great guest today. We've got a guest who is Super Lit Mario. If you haven't seen his stuff on TikTok and Instagram and all that, basically he's like Mario but swears. Oh, isn't it?
Mamma mia! But I also get the games out of the river before anyone says anything.
All right.
Every day! Pollution! No, get them out! Mamma mia!
Speaking of that, like if you don't know, one of the things that Mario does is he does a console game Tinder thing where it's like swipe left or swipe right, and the ones he doesn't like he throws into a river. One quick question is, have people spotted where that bridge is, and do they hang out there trying to find you?
No, because I'm banned from going there.
You're banned from the bridge?
Yeah. Just over a year ago, actually. That's why my views are bombed. I've been reposting old videos. But basically, the river apparently belongs to the farm, which I found a bit weird. But the bridge doesn't. So when the water drops in, technically it's on their territory for like 10 seconds before it goes under the bridge into the government's part, the council's bit, where I catch it. And basically they've knocked on my door when I was at work once, and then I got caught doing it, and I was just like, "Oh fuck this, I can't be bothered." I had a massive go at him. I turned it over on him. But when I was doing them, I went off to Stratford upon Avon, which is like 10 minutes down the road from me, to go and throw a game at a train for a TikTok, and obviously also some Haribo spaghetti, because it's like sacrilege to Italians, threw it at a church, and then the priest came out. I didn't get that on camera. I said I was there from the BBC, and they're like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, when I went off, I went on TikTok on the way over, and someone had gone over to where I'd done the games, and there's one game I couldn't get because it was on the grass and it hadn't sunk down properly, so it was just sat there. And she filmed it, saying, "Oh look, I found the bridge Mario does his TikToks at." Had loads of views, and she works in Waitrose. I always see her now. I'll say hello to her now. But yeah, so that was one time, and then some kids worked out like from the front of my house where I lived. I came back shopping from Aldi one day, and they were knocking on my door to get a photo, and it was like, "Oh, okay, weird." But then I'll get people shout, "Mario, let's go! Can I get a let's go in my town?" I mean, I live 30 seconds from town centre, like walk, and yeah, people just know. It's just really annoying. It makes it really hard now to do videos.
You see, I know the town you live in. I've been there many times.
Yeah,
but your opening statement here is, I think you're the right level of guest for controversial.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks. Oh yeah, it's my middle name.
No, it's
super
not.
controversial. Mario.
You told us your middle name. Your middle name's Luigi.
It is.
In a grand twist of fate.
If I could fit in my TikTok name, controversial. I still like the lit. That's just a random thing that
you have to keep that.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. It was going to be Crap Mario, and it spoke for itself.
So, on the Mildly Controversial podcast, we chat about things that are obviously mildly controversial. Basically, things that get us way more wound up than they should do. You are going to come up with a bunch. Me and Basil chip in with one or two. Okay. But yeah, over to you. I want to, Mario. I want to hear your first one. What's your first mildly controversial opinion?
I don't know if it's controversial. Well, it would be to a lot of people because I keep seeing people still driving in their cars, and I'm not bitter because I don't drive. Wearing a COVID mask in their car on their own. Still. You know, I find it weird seeing it in a supermarket now. Yeah. I find it even weirder when I walk past the dentist and they're all wearing them. And it's like, but I'm here, you know, people go in to look at their mouth, not cover it up. So people driving around, I see it all the time still, every day. Because I walk a mile to work and back. And then I may come home my lunch, go back. So that's 4 miles of cars driving past, and I see a lot. And I just don't get it. You know, you're not going to catch it from fucking Chris Tarrant on the radio. Is he still on the radio? I don't know. But whoever's talking to you on capital F on like Radio 1, you're not going to breathe it down the fucking air conditioner, are they? I just don't get it.
I've been to London today, and obviously there's a lot of people commuting in London. You do see the odd person, like as they go to train stations and getting on the tube. Of course. But by and large, most people aren't doing it. But and I get if you do feel that you're vulnerable, going on a tube is probably the worst place you can go if you feel that way. Yeah. So but I think even during the height of lockdown and COVID, seeing people in their cars with their masks on, when they're the only people there, you kind of went, who the fuck are you protecting, or who are you worried about?
Yeah, they're usually paper ones as well. Yeah, so you've really wasted half the life of it just from driving around. Just really bizarre. Underground, I can understand. I was down in London a few weeks ago. Loads of people had them on, even the Elizabeth line as well, which is super clean. It's beautiful. And masks. I get it. You know, it's that time of the year. People have got colds. I've got horrendous cold I'm getting over. So, but in a car on your own, shit off. Mamma mia.
Yeah, I don't get it in the car either. But do you know what? Yeah. I think. I mean, people in the Far East have worn them for decades when they're ill. So so maybe again, I don't understand it in a car, but if I see people out and about with it, I just think, are they protecting themselves, or are they ill?
Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of like, so fair dues. Look, I don't. I've never understood it. Like you say, in the cars, unless somebody's literally like a delivery driver or something like that, and they're out and in. Just it's on.
That's fair enough. Or an electrician, plumber, and you got an old lady. It might just make them feel a bit more comfortable.
Oh fuck it! Trust you to get plumbers into it. Are you going to get plumbers into every sentence or what? Fucking hell!
All right, a window cleaner. They might come and do the insides for you as well.
My favourite thing about the whole mask thing was whenever you got cabs, like after the main part of lockdown, and not only did I get that they said, look, you have to wear a mask if you're in the back of a cab, but you get in there and they built this kind of weird plastic bubble wrap sellotape wall between them and you. And you were like, that's not fucking saving anybody.
That's more toxic than the shit that's in the air.
And it was always that funny thing of like, this guy's built it himself, and we got him one once which was beautifully built. He put perspex and everything in it, but it had a big fucking hole in the middle where you're supposed to put your change through. We were like, "Are you ready for it?" He was like, "I think you've missed the point here, pal."
So you're getting in a cab, and it's like an episode of Dexter.
Yes,
exactly. You know what I mean? The guy's been out with the plastic sheeting and the duct tape.
Yeah.
And then you got all the sanitizer as well. Can you imagine limo parties with a pool? It would just be sanitizer. It's fucking swimming that shit. It's just too much.
You live in a different world to me. Limo parties with a pool. Jesus.
I don't know.
All right. 50 Cent.
Yeah, I watched a lot of American movies, so I get tractors around here.
By the way, he's 50 lira.
Absolutely.
It's euros these days, isn't it, Baz? Come on.
Yeah, I know, but euros can be anywhere.
50 quid.
Yes.
I know you're old, Baz, but come on.
Yeah.
Live in the present, mate. Come on.
Well, I just thought I'd make it more Italian than euros. That was all. So.
Yeah, absolutely. They still refer to it as that as well sometimes.
Yeah.
The old people, they still they convert the exchange rate in their heads. Oh, what's that? 50 euro? Oh, yeah, it's like 2,000 lira.
Yeah.
Over a coffee in their coffee shop. Oh, yeah, I bought a tractor. It's 5,000 lira. Oh, what's that? That's about 500 euros. It's fucked. I can't speak Italian at all. Well, I can a little bit. I have tried, and they're like, when I go to Italy, I'm either with my parents, they'll speak, or they'll know I've got an English accent. They start speaking English. It's the shittest way to learn ever.
You're the shittest Italian ever. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Apart from when the World Cup's on, not this time. Bedroom cooking. Yes.
Well, let's not go back onto that because we know what World Cup will lead to Euros, and we don't want to talk about that. So, anyway, good luck. We tend to do kind of an unofficial approval or rejection of the mildly controversial opinions, and it's an easy one for me, Baz.
Yeah, same.
It's just like, even at the height, because you got some. Don't get me wrong, right? When COVID for that, I'm not one of these that's against masks or lockdowns or vaccines or anything. I think it all needed to happen, right?
Yeah,
there were mistakes made, but everything needed to happen. But at no stage did you ever have to sit in your own car on your own with a mask on.
No.
So
no.
I remember the start of lockdown. My dad was. I mean, to be fair, my dad is like 78 or something like that. And obviously, like the media just went, "Fucking hell! If you're over 70, you're fucked." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he took that to heart, and when it was very dangerous, he'd be like, he wouldn't go anywhere, and if he did, he'd go out for a walk with a mask and a face shield, and literally. Yeah. Like cross the road when people came towards him and stuff. Which, to be fair, when you're knocking on, I can understand. But yeah, again, when you're in your own car, there's no excuse to be wearing a mask.
It's weird. I mean, my mum and dad have never had COVID at all. And they did the whole mask thing. In fact, my dad was an ambulance driver in Italy for a bit. They've moved back to the UK now, and they made a shitload of masks for people just randomly. My mum just sat at home making them all, and they never caught it. They've moved back. They don't wear masks, and they haven't. Touch wood, haven't caught it yet. It's unbelievable. Well, I've had it once, and it was better than the cold I've got now.
Do you know, I've had it once, but it was when it was edgy and dangerous. I had it in August last year.
Oh,
when we were still kind of like no one was vaccinated, and we were like, "Shit, this is quite dangerous, this, isn't it?"
Yeah.
I'm in that group of gloaty people says, "I've never had it."
So you probably have. I mean, these days you probably have.
Yeah.
What, the jab or the flu?
No. I've never knowingly had COVID.
Yeah. So. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think most people have had it now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Oh, can we just add one other group of people to those the same car wearers? The people that just have their nose hanging over the top of it as well. They're bellends.
That
was it. That was the last one I saw.
Or the chin strap.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, promise me you're not going to breathe out your nose while you've got that on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Even during COVID. Yeah.
Do you know? I completely forgot about it because masks, because mask wearing isn't a thing anymore, and COVID isn't as serious as it used to be. It's like I'd forgotten about the fucking helmets that were just wearing them like down on the chin. It's like, I'm wearing a mask and all that. And do you know what's worse than that? I'm going to chip in with one here. Is those ones who thought it was really cool to get those masks printed with a picture of your face with a mask down here. Have you seen them? And they were like, "Oh no, I'm wearing it." Like, and they'd be like filming themselves for social media, and they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm wearing a mask." I would stop being a prick.
I know the best ones though, are the ones who got those done with a massive big smile on their face though.
I wish I knew you were going to say that because I have got one. I found a Mario one, but that's just a jokey one. It's the Mario moustache. Fucking brilliant. I've got to dig it out. I can't find it anymore. But they're just out the door. But that was what's inspired me the other day. I saw one, today actually, with their nose out, and I thought, masks in cars. Forgot about the nose bit. But well pointed out there. Thank you.
Well, do you know what? 100% agreed. Rubber stamped. The Mildly Controversial podcast officially endorse the fact that people wearing paper face masks in cars are actual bellends.
Yeah,
absolutely. Indeed.
Lovely stuff. Right, Indeed. What have you got for us next?
I'm going to do a really quick, easy one for you. So, just general manners. So, being a pedestrian, and I would be the same if I was a driver, which I aspire to be next year when I do my test.
Hey.
Finally, it'll be 42 by then. I've just left it a bit late, so I'm just playing it cool. But yeah, when I let people pass, it's on me. They don't have to say thank you, but they fucking should, because I say thank you every time, always. And it's just like that common courtesy of just someone's passing, especially with the whole COVID thing, and I've really got into this habit now of someone's walking down the street, and if it's female now, because I'll cross over.
if it's female,
if the object coming is female, or maybe appears to be female but maybe non-binary,
or very good,
or a pan, then I'll cross over just so to make them feel better. But also, and I don't expect to thank you then. It's fine. But it's when they're old and they should know better, and they're walking down the pavement, and I'll move on to the grass, the muddy bit. I'll stand on the muddy bit to let you pass. Nothing.
Not a thing.
Fuck you. That's it. So that's my bugbear of general people. I'm not going to talk too much about the general public. But yeah, just stuff like that. Really, just common courtesy is very much missing in society today. That's it.
Mike, lead off on this one.
Well, there's a couple of ones that I can't believe we haven't brought up yet on the Mildly Controversial podcast. But one of them is there's a thing. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of examples of when this happens. But there's a thing where you go from being smiley and polite to wanting to fucking murder someone in about 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One of them is when you hold the door open for someone to walk into a shop or something like that, and they walk past and don't say thank you.
Yeah.
You go from this, like, I've opened the door, it's like, smile at them, be nice, and they walk right past. And you go from being really nice and smiley to, fuck you then. Or the old sarcastic, you're welcome.
Yeah. And in fact, you can incorporate this with going to the men's loos in a pub, restaurant, public place in general, where you come out of the cubicle or from away from the urinal, and then you go and wash your fucking hands, right? It's so easy. Takes seconds, literally. You don't have to do 20-second COVID shit. Just quickly wipe off that excess under the Dyson, whatever. And people just walk past, and then they open the door, and it's like, I've just washed my hands to get piss on them again. You know, every time, or when they pissed on the seat.
Yeah,
sorry.
Mate,
yeah. Anyway, that's the.
No, you're right.
That's two birds with one stone. I didn't even write that down. Actually, I didn't think of that.
You're not allowed to call them birds anymore.
No, absolutely not. No,
it's ladies if they present as a lady.
Absolutely, and face.
I tell you what, once you do qualify as a driver as well, I'm letting you know that there's another set of people that you'll encounter on this same thing. It's, you know, when the road narrows or something, it's like, oh, should I go or should you go? And you go, no, flash your lights. You go, no, after you. There's like dead polite. And you go, no, oh, come on, oh, you silly. Like, you go, okay, you go, flash your lights. And they come like that, they come through, and then they don't say thank you. Again, you turn from being the most polite and jovial person in the world to just wanting to turn your car around, chase them, and ram them off the fucking road.
So look, I swear I've done this in my life. You know, you're at a junction trying to get out, and everyone's just going down the road at about sort of 15 miles an hour, and then you're there for ages and ages and ages and ages. And I swear I've done this. Someone eventually stopped to let me pull out as I drove past and went, about fucking time, and just carried on going.
Yeah, so you blame them.
You
blame the one person who let you in. Do you know what? That person's telling the story from their point of view. And they say, I saw this guy struggling to get out of a side road. I flashed him in lights and let him out. And he went, about fucking time! Like I'd been sat there for 15 minutes and not let him out.
There's another bugbear. There's a lot of road-related stuff now.
Yeah.
So around here, no one fucking indicates. So when you're a pedestrian, your life is on the line every corner. And also, when they let you go, and it's either bright day or at night, where you can't see the driver and their hand going like, yeah, go on then, sort of thing, or no, flash me.
Yeah.
I can't see it. There's a sky reflecting on the window, or it's pitch black. I don't know if you're doing that or not. So just flash your light to let me know. Here. Just let me know if you let me go. Then please just give me a little flash, and then on your way. I mean, if you flash your boobs,
I was going to say you're talking like proper. Like open Mac naked underneath it.
No, I mean if it's like a female driver, like, you know, give us a flash. I don't mean like get your boobs out because I'm not going to see it. Just it'd be a waste. So just flash your lights.
It's too dark,
and that's it.
Too dark.
That's it.
Do we all do that thing when you go down the road and someone honks, hits their horn as you go past? I never turn around and look because I don't want to turn around if it's not for me, so I don't turn around at all.
Yeah, no. Well, same issue with the reflection. I don't know who it is. And without the glasses, I'd even more confusion. So I'm just like, and that's it. Anyway,
I've had a guy on a motorbike beep his horn and wave at me, and I'm just like, fucking hell, mate. I waved back, but I was like, what do you expect? Are you going to come up to me and say, oh, you're right, mate, I saw you the other day? It's like, I'm not being funny, mate. You literally had your entire fucking head covered. Do you know what I mean? How am I supposed to know who you are?
Yeah, I've had that, but I recognise their nose. It was massive, and I was like, oh, Adam, how you doing?
Did they have the visor open because they couldn't shut it?
Yeah, well, it must have been. It was just open. I was like, oh, Adam, how you doing? See the nose. That's about it.
I think once again we're probably going to endorse the whole thing about, like, public decency, and decency is the wrong thing, but politeness in every general day sort of circumstances.
I don't know. Mario did bring it into public decency when he talked about flashing tits. So it's all wrapped up in the same thing, mate.
It is, and it's dark. I can't see anything with my eyesight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're getting to the age now. If you said you're nearly 42, you're getting to the age now where your short distance is going to start going as well. So you're fucked,
mate.
So I think I think it's clear that again, it's full endorsement of those dickheads who don't thank you for just for being nice. I mean, I know you shouldn't need thanks and a little reward for being kind. But yeah, just to avoid turning someone from being a really friendly person into a really aggressive person who wants you dead, then just say thank you. Just say thank you.
That's it. It takes a second.
Anyway, that's officially got the Mildly Controversial podcast seal of approval. Again, 2 from 2. Good work.
Can I chip in one that irritated me today?
Yes.
So I had to go to London today on the train. Train strikes tomorrow.
Yeah, I hate fucking London as well. Is that it?
That's why I left. I was born there. Fuck this shit. I'm off. Fucking hate
Let's go.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
All right, so I just want to mention, so we've had 1 day of snow today, and everything in this country, the country of England and the UK, just fucking falls apart. Why can't we deal with 1 fucking day of snow?
Yeah, everyone's like always unprepared with the weather, Oh my God, it's snowed. It's like, what? It's fine. It's 1 day.
I saw somebody on TikTok who was doing a live and had said, stuck on the M25, where the fuck are the gritters? I was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
What the hell were you expecting the gritters to do? Do you think throwing a bit of salt
around?
Yeah, no, just think throwing a bit of salt on the motorway is going to stop 3 inches of snow. Is it fuck? That stops the road icing. It's nothing to do with snow.
I have to say, though, I watched that video today of people in their sort of rear-wheel drive BMWs just spinning on the spot, and I was like, it's the best time I've ever enjoyed myself having a 4x4 truck.
Yeah.
Do you know, I remember when I was back in the days when I lived in England. It was about 4 years ago. There was a bit of snow, not much, just a bit of snow, and I had to ring into work and say I couldn't come in because at the time I had a Porsche Boxster rear-wheel drive, and my drive had probably like a 20% incline on it, and I couldn't get my car out of my fucking drive.
Oh, no.
so I had to ring and say I couldn't come to work. They were like, "You mad? There's hardly any snow at all." I was like, "I literally can't get my car out of the drive."
Oh God.
Well, it's like the trains today. I mean, the train I went down and was fine because it's quite a well-used line, but all I heard when we got on the tube was on the tube there's massive delays on there. And
all that ice.
All the snow underground.
They could have at least picked today or yesterday to strike.
Yeah.
Not on the days I've got to go. I took my kids to see Arsenal back in the summer, and that 1 day I booked it months in advance, and then all of a sudden strikes.
Oh mate, yeah.
Why? That's something else that pisses me off. We're not going to go into it.
No.
Royal Mail. I know someone up the top has got loads of money now, but you become so irrelevant because all I get through the door is endorsed junk mail, so it's all printed with Royal Mail on it. I don't fucking need it. It's all Arrow. It's called Arrow Advertisers, so it's all local businesses. I get it every 2 weeks. No one looks at it because when you go on Facebook on the Ulster page, can someone recommend a plumber? Can you recommend an electrician every day? So I've gone on there and I've started trolling it. Yeah,
plumbers.
Absolutely. So I troll this site. I'm surprised I haven't been banned yet, but I'll go on because you can search stuff from historically on this Facebook page. So I'll go on saying, why don't you just fucking search the history page to see everyone else's recommendations and stop wasting everyone's time, or fucking Google it. So I said, is Google down the other day when they tried to find a number for somewhere, and they're like, that's a rude remark, isn't it? Well, yeah, I have Googled it, but the number I got doesn't work. So I went on and I found the property of that company was for sale because it's fucking vacant. And I went, they're out of business. Bye. Because I Googled it. And I still got shit. Oh my God, I'm horrible. I am the biggest troll you've ever met with stuff like this. Honestly, I have this aggression inside of me that I need to unleash.
So,
and that's how Mario stemmed as well, because essentially I'm trolling TikTok. So that's how it started.
Right then, Mario, what have you got next?
Okay, so I hate Bono. It just irritates me. He irritates me, and it's not just him. And I'm sorry, you do look a bit edged today, but the guitar sound. I love the guitar sound. I love the delay, but that's the only sound he uses. And you see his guitar pedals. He's got like 8,000 surrounding him for the same fucking effect. I don't get it. And he doesn't even control it because when he's playing live, someone backstage is doing it for him. I don't get it. But U2, it's just a whiny twat. I sound whiny now, but I don't really care. I just never got it at all. They had potential, but his forehead is like even my widescreen TV fucking struggles. I just don't get it. It's just not me.
There was a time with Bono where he was obviously.
I'm sorry if you like U2.
No. U2 at some point were considered cool during their sort of heyday because they sort of came out and they were sort of like protest music. A lot of it, wasn't it?
Joshua Tree ruined them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I get it. I get the early stuff.
They suddenly got a load of money and they started making concept albums, and that does it with a load of people. They can fuck off when they start doing that because like the general public don't want concept albums. They want the music you play, not something out that you pulled out of your arsehole to make some kind of story. So there,
or progression with your music. So you take your music to the next level, but that's not you've gone completely off the rails to do a musical or something. When you're a metal band. I don't know. I know it's not. I'm not talking about U2, but I've just never got into him. I don't get the hype. Bono would be in Africa with his fucking Gucci sunglasses on. Fucking give those glasses to that town. They can drink water for like 3 weeks.
Exactly.
I like their first album, but I can't stand them. Otherwise, first album was actually all right. They didn't have the ego.
I've got one for you, boys. I want to know. I want to know your opinion on this one. I've called it forced fun. When you go on holiday and they go, right, kids, it's party dance time. Go and grab your parents. And I'm just like, no, fucking don't. I don't fucking come and grab me to go up there and dance to all these stupid things because I really don't want to, right? And let's say I call it forced fun. You'll know when I'm having fun because I'll show it on my face and I'll probably be shit-faced, dancing on the dance floor at some point. But now is not the time. Right? At 6 o'clock in the evening, when you're saying, come on, everyone, and you're basically paid to get that dance floor full of small children with parents who would rather eat their own shit than be there on that dance floor. Do you know what? Fuck off. Just leave me alone and let me just have a few beers away from the kids for a bit because I'm on holiday, right?
Yeah.
And I've got to put up with the fuckers for the whole 2 weeks, right? So just give me this time here when the bar's open. I can have a few beers and I can just sit and chill. Don't make me get up there and start dancing to fucking Purple People Eater or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having it.
How old are your kids, Mario?
So I'm going to have a 10-year-old in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's the day after my birthday. And I've got an 11-year-old, really close in age.
So you're kind of in that prime position. If you do go somewhere like that, they're going to be like, come on, kids, grab your fucking parents and make them do shit they don't want to do.
That's why I've never taken them on holiday. I've taken them to Italy a couple of times. That's about it. It's just, I will do, but I wouldn't do any, I wouldn't go too resorted like that. I'd rather go private, get a villa or something. I'll cook from, or go McDonald's, or go restaurant every night, whatever. But
do you know what? I 10 and 11, I think you're through that now. I think you'll be all right. It's when they're really young. But do you know what? I started off like begrudgingly when they were like really young, like 2 and 4 or 2 and 5, whatever. I'd be out there on the dance floor. I'd be like, doing all this kind of stuff. But as soon as they got to about like 8 and 11, I was like, I can get fucked. If you want someone to go and do that, it's your mum. Your mum can do both of you. Because I'm staying here and I'm not going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And it makes me look like a miserable bastard, but I'm not. I am. I can be the life and soul of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But on my terms. If they put their hand up and say, who wants to go up on stage? Who wants to go up on stage and make a dick of themselves? I'll probably go, yeah, I will. But when they go like, right, you, and just grab you by the hand, it was like, no, seriously, I'm just sitting here having a pint. I'm happy here.
Absolutely.
Like, the football's on over there. I could just about see it.
Yeah.
I'm fine sitting here, please. Don't drag me up.
My daughter's 30, coming up to be 32 soon, and so it's been a long time since I've had a sort of child that I've had to sort of like be the doting dad on. And I can't remember a time where I ever went to like anywhere sort of where they were dragging parents up, but I've been to those kind of resorts where. So I went to Fort Ventura a couple of years ago, and it was in January, and they've got like on this sort of whole complex, they've got one of those evening venues where all the parents go to from 7 o'clock to about sort of 9 because you keep your kids up later there, and you see them there, and you can spot all the dads that do not want to get fucking involved with this because, like I said, they want to have a few beers because they're on holiday, and then what happens is that like you get that thing like Mike says, bring your parents up, kids, and you see this dad, and he's like almost set his feet in concrete. I'll look after
that's my dad.
I'll look after the stuff here. You go and enjoy yourselves, and I'll just carry on necking my cheap beer over here. Thanks very much.
When you're in that situation, you just think, do you know what? There's a pool. There's like stone floors everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I've spent the whole day worrying that one of my kids is going to fall over and lose a tooth, or drop into the pool and fucking drown. So I've been on pins all day, like that. I've been on high alert all day. Now's my chance. You're the kids' entertainers. You entertain my kids. I'm going to sit here and have a couple of beers and just fucking chill out for the first time today.
Just tell me if there's a problem. And that's it.
Exactly. That's it. There's a reason I've gone on holiday to somewhere that's got this. So you were saying about going to a villa. The reason we don't go to a villa, or we didn't go to a villa, it's fucking your job. You on stage. It's your job.
Absolutely.
To entertain my kids right now.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
I've done my bit through the day. I'm going to have a few beers and I'm going to fucking relax, right?
Yeah.
You're the kids' entertainment. You entertain them. Don't get me involved.
Evening, 7 o'clock, bed. I'm sat on the balcony with my beer.
But do you know what? That sort of entertainment where they get you up is very similar to those 1830s nights you go on where they drag 4 guys up on stage and then they say, right, take one of your socks off, put it over the bottle of beer, now swap your bottles about, you've got to drink through someone else's sock. It's that kind of embarrassment thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd rather do that. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Because at least in those days, there was a chance you might end up taking someone home at the end of the night.
Oh, surely if you go away with your wife, there must be every chance of going home with somebody.
Yeah, but it's the same one.
Yeah.
What's the point in that? So are we, obviously I don't get a vote on this one.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with Force.
Because it's my podcast.
Yes.
So.
I'm going to agree as well because, that's your time to just chill. But honestly, like whenever I take my kids out anywhere, like soft play or wherever, Dad, come and do this. So they drag me up.
And do you know what? I don't mind that. If you've got a trampoline play centre and they go, Dad, are you coming in? Absolutely, I am.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's 3 of us here, if I ain't got enough money for all 3 of us, what are you staying in the fucking cafe for the whole time? I'm going on those trampolines, mate. Right, Mario, have you got anything else for us?
Oh, I'm torn. I've got loads. I'm going to be really controversial now. Cosplayers.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's go with this.
I don't get it.
You're friends with the cosplayer, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I get it because it's TikTok.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's so Comic-Con, for example. Yeah. I went last month in Birmingham, and I went along because I thought I had. Speaking of devil. His name's popped up on my phone.
He just texted you. Did he hear you? I mean, it's almost like it's a divine thing that he knew. It's almost like he's omnipresent.
Well, he's got his dad on WhatsApp, hasn't he? So, Scotty does it well. It's for his TikTok. I get it, but he loves going to the events. I get it also, and they do the reenactments. It's fine. And I get it, but I just fucking hate it. So when I go to, well, no, I don't get it. Comic-Con, for example. So everyone dresses up, and you got about 8 people dressed up as Stranger Things with their Hellfire Club T-shirts on. In fact, there's probably about 80,000 people in there wearing these T-shirts. But you've got the anime ones. You've got all these people. They make a lot of effort, and they look awesome. But they're going to this Comic-Con to have photos taken in like atrium of this exhibition centre outside of a shop that's shut with its shutters down. And there's barriers and there's adverts, there's disabled toilets in the background, there's Wetherspoons, Subway, W.H. Smith's, whatever, and they're all there, all dressed up to the nines in their costumes, have waited all year to stand outside of W.H. Smith's to have a photo taken or to reenact something. And it's just like, but why don't you go and do this properly? Because you see that they do TikToks and stuff, they all mine to shit, but it's all in front of these places. Go and do it somewhere to make it more interesting.
The first time I ever saw one of these was the New York Comic Con. I didn't go to it, but it's the first time I'd ever seen like proper people doing it.
Yeah.
But you get those people there. So I don't know the video games, but there was like Gears of War and stuff like that, where people had made these massive robot things out of cardboard, but they were legit. So I kind of get those things because they get a lot of attention. But then you'll see someone who's stuck to plastic cups in the head and they've got a Hellboy.
Yeah. And to be fair, I went dressed as Mario this year. Last year, I actually took my kids, so I shaved the tash off. One person recognised me, and that was it. And because I had a Super Lit Mario t-shirt on, otherwise I was incognito. This time around, it was different. But I turned up dressed like this when I went and sat in Wetherspoons for a pint and a smoke. Put my hoodie on, took the hat off. Had the moustache. I felt like an absolute pedo because the moustache, because I shaved it not that long ago, it's just really thin still. So I've got to really grow it out to get the full on the flavour of it. And I'm just there, just like all these people dressed up. And I'm here because of TikTok, and people might recognise me and it'd be kind of cool to do a live thing. But otherwise, what the fuck am I doing here? It's just not my scene. It's just not my scene. And it sounds funny because I've got about 30 costumes. But I'll just dress up at home and just do silly videos when I can be bothered. But people like wait all year round to get all dressed up to go and stand in front of a Costa coffee.
And on that bombshell, that is where we're going to leave it for this week. So thanks very much, as always, Baz, and thanks mainly to Mario for coming along and giving us your mildly controversial opinions. Thanks so much for being here, pal.
Thank you very much. And I do apologise a lot for talking a lot because I have that tendency to.
Mate, so. Podcasts are very dull if your guest doesn't speak.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, totally. I've spoken more today on this, obviously, as I'm your guest, than I do usually with the other guys. I kind of switch off a little bit sometimes. No, thanks for having me both. It's been awesome. I love it.
Awesome. Thanks very much. And we will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.